Last video gone down. So we are now approaching Katatonia's 5th album. That's right, number 5. This is their first album of the 2000s. And it basically begins where Tonight's Decision essentially left off, although I think there's a more solid foundation to this album this time around, since they've had a couple more years of finding their direction with this new, more varied sound that they found on the last album, that they're able to have some more focused ideas for this album here. I have a feeling that with Last Video Gone Down, that Katatonia, the band members themselves, have a much clearer, more realized idea of the sound that they had on Tonight's Decision, and they just want to tweak it a little bit for this album. And the result is quite fantastic, really. And even though I do believe that this is also one of Katatonia's weaker efforts, I love everything this band's done to varying degrees. I'm still extremely consistent, and there's a lot of great classics on here like Dispossession, Sweet Nurse, and Passing Bird was the song that I listened to when I had the little car crash. So yeah, even though usually when I listen to songs, I usually immediately attach those songs to really bad memories or even good memories for some reason. Since Katatonia basically embraces the really stressful moments that make you worried in life, and that hasn't really clicked with me, so I could just listen to Passing Bird anytime, and that'd be great. Yeah, Passing Bird's another great standout. What's another good one? Tonight's Music's a very beautiful piece. I really like the closing track, which is Don't Tell a Soul, that's it. And there's another great one, which is We Must Bury You. It's a short little piece, and I actually covered it on my old channel one time, a vocal cover, and it was terrible. It was god-awful. The person who said, "Oh, you shouldn't be singing at all," I guess he had a point, because this cover was terrible. I mean, I take a lot of better pride in my other vocal covers, but I'm rambling here. Let's move on. I really like the Mellotron usage on here. I think this may be the first album of theirs in which they use the Mellotron. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. That's usually something you hear for a band like Yes or early Genesis, before they turned all poppy and shit, like 70s Genesis. But it's quite unusual for anyone to be hearing it in a alternative styled metal band, or at least Katatonia were at the time, to be using a more vintage prog instrument, so that is very unique. And I noticed Jonas Renske, and he's definitely improved his vocals this time around. I mean, on the previous albums in which he used his clean voice, you could definitely tell there was a sort of feeling that he didn't really feel confident in how he sang, even though his vocals still sounded amazingly beautiful. You could definitely tell there's I'm not sure about this. But here you could definitely tell he's growing a bit more in confidence, and that'll actually continue to develop with succeeding albums. It will continue to gain a lot more firmness and conviction, so to speak. But yeah, I think that's all I have to really say about this album. This is a very important stepping stone in the band's career towards even bigger successes, such as, well, I'll of course name them off. You already know them, so I don't need to list them. We'll just get to them as we go, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Very important stepping stone in the band's career. Everyone in the band really develops. The production improves, of course. Everybody feels a lot more confident with their instruments, and yeah, again, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.